It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity.
Mic check one. Let's see. Is the audio working? I think I hear audio. Okay, cool. Let's get to it then. Okay. That was the wrong key. Let's try that one. Welcome to Daytona for the first race of the 2023 NORL Busch Bonanza season. It is the Daytona 300 from, of all places, Daytona. Who would have thought? So we could go through the grid here. Took a good camera. On the pole, we got Bobby Farrell. On the outside pole, Broderick Whitman. Second row, we've got John Cheeseman and Rod Weston. Third row, Dave Daniels and Ben White. Fourth row, Jared Mogard and Tony Gunk. Fifth row, Adam Beresford and Molitor Hill. Then we've got Stephen Lowe and Ron Stout. Yari Rodriguez and Dwight York. Scott Drake and Brandon Rains. Logan Sheets and Stephen Davis. Nate Moorhead and Jack Painter. In new rides, well, old rides with new faces. We got Troy Torgerson in the 63. And I can't remember what the M and DIG stands for. Let me pull out my driver list here. I think it's Molimer. But Tony gives me silly names. Hence why I don't know these names offhand. That picture you want to not be... There we go. Yes, Molimer Diggs. Whoops, that was the wrong button. What did I just do? I've apparently selected the pace car somehow. I don't know what button I pressed, but it weren't the right one. Alright. Beyond them in the 54, we have Joe Mersdorf and Tom Barber. I just did it again. I keep hitting control instead of shift. Alright, behind them we have Miss Ann America. And the 78 is a new driver whose name, there it is, Tommy Davis. Not doing these silly nicknames, Tony. Isaac Groth and Reno Jackson. The number 80 of Tony Tonto Jr. And the 36, I always got the 36 wrong all last season anyway, but the 36 is Chad Glass. Then we've got Joe Polson alongside Jackson Thatcher in the 83. Doug Spark and rookie to the series, number 38, Nozomo Hawkins. Charles White, Mike Carroll. Jacob Stump and Nigel Ramaswamy. Brian Lowe and Ronaldo Scott. And bringing up the rear, we've got Spike Levinson and Steve Inkman. And that is your starting grid for the first race of the 2023 season. For those who missed qualifying. Excuse me, let me cough. Rules for this series: the top 20 in points from the last season are locked in for the first 5 races, but 4 of those drivers have left the series, meaning that only 16 have been locked in as the engines fire, which means we raced for the rest of the spots in the field. We will be doing that the next 4 weeks after tonight as well. Starting with round 6, then the top 20 in active points will be locked in to every event moving forward to the rest of the year. So, time to get yourself up there, and the fact that there are 4 spots that are not being used in the top 20 as it is will make it interesting to see who works their way into the top 20 points. Cars leave the pit road and onto the track to begin the pace lap. Handful of new drivers in the field, a handful of new paint schemes, a couple of drivers in different places for this year. It was a close championship last year. We'll see if we get just as close of action this year. And hopefully those weird bugs that occurred during the qualifying race, I've sorted out. I think I have. I've done everything I can think of to fix that. Shouldn't see too many flying cars. Hit some short tracks after this week. Short tracks where we'll be doing heat races, so it'll be even more interesting to see what happens to that top 20 in points. Last season, the top 20 in points were basically the top 20 in points after most of the season. Nobody really fell in and out of it once the season got going. This season, the construction of the schedule and the fact that there are drivers that are just not racing Could lead to a little bit more mix-up in that top 20. Plenty of new tracks on the schedule this season to look forward to. We'll be visiting Chaudière and Trois-Rivières. We'll be running the short track here at Daytona, Orange Show Speedway, the Michigan Speedway in place of Berlin, and others. I'm trying to think some of the other new tracks to schedule, and they're not all coming to me offhand. But you'll see in due time. Field comes off a 4. The pace car peels away into pit road. The starter has him under control, and the 2023 Busch Bonanza season is green for the first time. Farrell pulls away from the get-go, gets clear by a car length. The field screams off into turn 1 for the first lap. Cheeseman looking to the inside. Farrell not going to block him, going to go up to the top and try to work with Whitman. Here comes Cheeseman on the bottom. Thundering down the backstretch, the field reaches terminal velocity now. 3 wide up at the front already. And these guys are going full bore from the get-go. And that is the first lap of the season in anger underway. Well, I guess the qualifying race was in anger, but the first lap that counts for any points has been completed. Bobby Farrell will be the first to get bonus points for leading a lap this season. There will probably be a large amount of the field that gets bonus points tonight. Based on the preliminary races, we're expecting a fuel window of 24 to 27 laps. And that will likely get the field spread out. Have to be careful and watch for potential cautions during the pit stop sequence. That could get the field all messed up like we saw in the preliminary qualifying race. And who will lead this lap? I think it was Beresford. I thought Daniels was going to have that for sure. I really hope this cough goes away from me soon. We're going to have a hard time tonight with the 56 and the 25. The team entered both Logan and Ann in identical cars, thinking that there was no way they would both make the race. Well, here they both are in the race. I hope that sponsorship money was good, because they're going to get their money's worth for it. Whole pack still staying together. No one been tailed off just yet. Let's go to a wide shot. Try to get as much of the field in one shot as we can. It's an angry field. Any one of these cars could win this race, and they all knew that going in. The key is to not make a mistake that will take that opportunity away from you, and to not let somebody else spoil your own opportunity. There's only so much you can do about what others are going to do, but beating yourself is a terrible way to do it. Let's see, is Torgerson going to get the lap, or is it going to be Daniels? Daniels leads the lap. It was almost a dead heat. Scoring is going to give it to Daniels by 0.00. If only we could get a finish like that, that would be just what these fans paid for.
New player.
Down the backstretch we go once more. Early stages in this race. It's a little risky to be getting too silly now, but nobody told any of these guys that. Look at them, 3 wide up at the front of the field. Ahoy, hoy. All of them people join TeamSpeak and then don't talk. Starting to get a little bit of single file action out the front. Let's see if we can maybe stretch them out up at the front of the field and get a breakaway going. That's what you always hope for when you get to the front. Is maybe some guys will line up single file behind you, and you'll be able to just ride. Whoa! just ride. It did that once or twice during the qualifying race, too. This is a decently intensive track for the engine, so I don't know that it really likes to run it. Got a 3-car breakaway off the front. We got Mogard, Sheets, and Drake trying to pull away. Growth trying to tack on with them, but not having much success, getting guys racing him up there. Those first 3 are trying to pull away, though. Now we got a few trying to bridge up to him. Sorry. I need to maybe get a cough button. Like the 45 might be getting tailed off the back there. Stephen Davis had a miserable start to last season, but that team came back to life once they did some work on the cars. But that magic may have gone away from them, or maybe he just had to lift in a weird spot. We are now 3 wide for second. I think Jared's gotten too far out ahead here. They come with a run on him. And he's going to lose the lead here on this lap. Another tight one at the line. Who got it? Reigns leads that lap. Another dead heat on scoring. See a handful starting to fade to the back. Looks like Gunk has gone back there with Davis and Ronaldo Scott. Maybe potentially ride. 6 car got a problem? That 6 car is real slow down the backstretch. They may have a problem on this car. Look at how quickly they're passing him. Something is wrong with the 6 car. I don't know if it's a transient issue and it's going to come back to him, or if that thing's starting to lay down. But this is going to get the field strung out. Now, something's not right on this 6 car. Look at how slow that thing looks compared to everybody else. They're just going by him here. There goes Farrell past him. Here comes Spike. Gunk coming on the bottom. Anybody that's behind him still is going to lose the draft. This is going to break the field up, I suspect. How long do you think he can run around like this before he's going to have to bring it in and try to find the problem? They could try to ride around and hope for a caution, because pitting will absolutely take him out of contention. And here comes the 6-2 pit road. First driver to run into trouble tonight, Yari Rodriguez to the pits on lap 11. Something has gone wrong, and probably under the hood would be my suspicion based on how that car backed up. Brings it to the crew. If they're under the hood, they're going to see if they can find what the problem is and see if they can get him back out there. Meanwhile, Adam Beresford up at the front of what's left of the lead pack. That has broken the field up a decent amount. At the very least, it's strung them out. Now look at that. It's broken us into multiple packs. You're up in this lead pack, and Rodriguez has resumed. We'll see if they got that thing back to full song, or if it's going to be wounded all night. Might have been a plug wire that came loose. We'll have to see if we can get a word from the crew chief down there on pit road. Cheeseman looking for the lead. They're coming up on that 6 pretty quick. We'll find out real fast if he's got any pace when he gets passed by this pack. If they fix that car, he'll tack on. If they didn't, it's going to be a long, long night. Managed to get in and out without losing a lap, so sitting tail into the lead lap right now. The car is at full song once they catch him. there's a possibility that maybe a yellow will fall in the right place and help them out here while they're catching quick. Ugh. And right past them they go. Let's see if that thing comes up to speed as the pack gets around him. Doesn't look like it's doing it, though. This might break up the lead pack a second time. Might let the second pack catch up, though. They are trying to get organized behind him. Yeah, I think this is bringing them all together. Let's see, has Rodriguez got anything in the tank now? No, that car still looks like it's off. So I think that's going to be our first wounded car of the night that we're going to have to watch out for. If I could get rid of this just little scratch in my throat, that'd be good. Beresford coming back to the lead group now. And I think the lead pack's going to kind of congeal here into a larger group here in the next few laps. As Molitor Hill goes to the lead. And Mullimer Diggs right on his bumper. Guarantee you I'm going to make a call once or twice this season calling the wrong driver in that 40 car. Yeah, Rodriguez's car is in better shape than it was before the stop, but he's really not staying with the pack, is he? And this lead pack is growing again. We have a few off the back. Isaac Groth has lost the draft. And off the back we've got Troy Torgerson, Ronaldo Scott, Tony Gunk, and Tom Barber have gone off the back. Looks like Charles White may be joining them. Decently strong front pack here as the last few stragglers try to get back on. Yeah, Charles White's lost it. He'll be going back to that trailing pack. We're starting to get a little close to pit stops, which may certainly break this pack up if we can get through a cycle of green flag stops without an issue. They've gotten a little... joking. A little bit more orderly in the last few laps now. And as soon as the commentator says that, 3 wide for the lead. We got 2 packs, 1 massive, and then a small group off the back. Some stragglers off the main pack trying to get back on terms with it. But they're at risk of going off the back here pretty quick. They need to pull on up. They get too organized ahead of them, they're going to lose them back there. Looking at who we got back there. Brian Lowe, Vatcher, Stephen Davis, it looks like back there. I think they're going to be okay, though. This pack's racing enough that I think they're punching a big enough hole that they'll stay with them. And Jack Painter will lead the lap. Here comes Rod Weston on the bottom. Let's see how quickly is that second group falling back. They're not losing a ton of time. Isaac's now 15 seconds off. He'll be a car we'll probably be lapping here in the next 15 laps or so, but there will be a pit stop, I suspect, before then. Comes that 80 on the bottom. New car in the series this season. the Jiffy Pop number 80 Pontiac. So let's see, it's going to be interesting to see who pits when. I think, based on our qualifying race, I want to pit late. I don't want to risk losing a lap on the pit stop for a yellow and come on. I think Stephen Davis may be losing this group here. He might luck out because we may see the pit stops where he completely loses them. Or he may be able to pull himself back up here, but he's looking a little far back. As Whitman tries to stretch the field out single file at the front. Yeah, I think Davis is losing this group here. He needs him to get 3 wide or do something silly. 2 wide for the lead, that'll help him a little bit, but he's too far back. He's losing this draft. He's going to maybe hang on there for a lap or two, but I mean, he's going to just lose the draft as we come into pit. It may behoove him to just short pit here and come in this lap. See if maybe he can come out with some cars and try to call some time back that way. Although with how few groups are around the track, that seems unlikely. So maybe the crew chief's just going to leave them out there as long as they can run on fuel and hope something happens. A yellow, of course, would get them right back in it. About the only car that has so far kind of been eliminated from contention. The 6 already down a lap. Could get that lap back, but that car's clearly not at the song. He's been dropped by all the lead lap cars. So his chances of a win are pretty much evaporated, barring some sort of absolute massive crash that wipes out most of the field. Which has happened in this series before, so we can't rule that out. Should be seeing takers to pit road here in the next few laps. Yes, Stephen Davis has lost the draft. He's just trying to hold on to the side of him. Alright, everybody going at least one more. I think we saw pit stops on lap 24 of the qualifying race, but that was halfway in that race. They may go a little bit longer when strategy dictates that you kind of want to run it out. Oh yeah, Stephen Davis has definitely lost touch now. Let's see, I think we got some takers here. I think that 57's coming. There we go. We got some takers. 57, 47, 19, 23. Oh, we've got a crash back there. Someone just got turned around. I think the 47 just got turned up onto the racetrack. He did get turned up on the racetrack. Are we still green? What in the world? What in the wide world of inertial drift is that? And now he's been hit by Ronaldo Scott. Let's see. So what happened here? Did we even get a caution for this? Yeah, Ben White just hooked him. Caution is out. Let's make sure that's not a secondary incident that we've missed. No, I think that was the cause for caution. So we have had a caution during the sequence. The 47 with damage, and a bunch of guys that pitted may end up down a lap here. It's going to kind of depend on where scoring cycles them out. I think Steve Inkman's had a problem leaving the pits. I don't even think I want to see this. I bet you it's the exact thing. I tried to fix this. Cars still bounce a little bit occasionally, I guess. Lovely. I don't know what else I could do to try to fix that. Fixed all the grip levels. There's something weird with the geometry. Now let's see. Is it going to wave any of these guys around the pace car? As I feel like it should. I think they beat the leader to the end of pit road, but maybe they didn't. Yeah, I don't know what it's going to do here. See, it's going to wave the 23 and the 19 around. The 86 clearly wants to go around him. Is he going to? Come on. You can do it. Pick a direction and go. What are we doing? Are we going to hit the pace car? I want you to go out there while we're starting to yellow and hit the pace car. What? Hit the pace car. Why? Well, you done hit everything else out there. I want you to be perfect. And here comes the 45. There he goes. Now he's got around him. And now the pit road will be open for everybody else to come in. So let's see. Anybody actually gotten stuck a lap down here? Not sure. I mean, the 47 clearly has problems. He's now lost at least 2 laps, it looks like. Now, the guys that got their pit stop in and got cycled back around are going to be in okay shape, I think. Let's see. It looks like Troy, White, Gunk, and Scott actually all lost the lap. So they didn't get back around the pace car, which is unfortunate for them. I think anybody that came all the way around might as well come in and top it off on fuel. Doesn't hurt anything to do that. God damn. $47 is still sitting there. I think he ended up having to take a tow because I think he overshot his box. Did the 15 lose a lap? How would that have happened? We'll find out when we come around here. 47 still sitting there at the near end of pit road. Where is that damn pit car? And where is the 15? Really should have come around. Did he get stuck? He might have gotten stuck tail into the lead lap. It'd be unfortunate for that team, but if you're going to have problems, have them in the first race, not the last, right? Start off with a whole season to dig out. Alright, now we're coming around the second time. The cars that were stuck a lap down will be able to pit here. Let's see if any of these guys can get their laps back. 47's still getting worked on. The 15 has now scored a lap down. So as I was saying before we were getting ready for those green flag stops, maybe it would be a good strategy to run as long as you could. And I think we've just seen why. What happened to that car? They're finally... Okay, so Mogard's now sitting there in the pits. What happened to Anne here? She's missing a hood. Coming down pit road, everything looks good. Little stack up, we're still good, still happy. Something stupid with the track geometry is going to happen here as she merges, isn't it? No. Maybe not. Broderick had a little bounce. Where did all that damage come from then? Are we about to have a colossally stupid stack up here? Yep, there it was. Is there track chassis grip assigned here? Is that what's happening? see if we can figure out what happened to Jared that cost him a lap. So he came by, took the yellow, passed everybody like he was supposed to. Oh, okay. 45 got glitched and spun him. Like, I don't... Oh, and that's done some damage to a couple of cars, so we will have some wound... And then he got stuck on the transition. Okay. That would explain a few things. 47's back out there circulating. He's 2 down as we're going to get lined up for the restart. It's amazing that they race so well, but there's some weird buggy thing. I thought it was just a grip thing. Like the paint grip and the concrete grip are insanely high, but I turned that all down to sane levels and it still doesn't. So maybe we won't run this version of the track again if I can find one where that doesn't happen. Or maybe I need to make new AI pit lines so they don't straddle that line. What is the 6 doing? So there's been a couple of incidents here that brought out the yellow and then a couple incidents under the yellow. That's a great way to eliminate yourself from contention. I don't think Anne's going to be getting a good finish with no foot on her car. The 40 is probably going to be in trouble. The 47 likely is going to be off song. Already 2 laps down with the damage as it was. 45 is probably going to have some damage. Here comes 47 to get caught up. I don't know what the 6 is doing. They may have another engine problem here. We'll say at least the yellow came out for a new and unique reason. I hadn't seen that happen before. So Bobby Farrell is the leader. And we've got Tony Tonto Jr. sitting second, then Adam Beresford, Nate Moorhead, and John Cheeseman. I don't know what the lap cars are doing. Yeah, I think all the guys that lost a lap hitting there were in the second pack, so I think that explains a few things. One, they probably should have stayed out when they saw a car spun, but maybe they didn't have the fuel to keep going. All right. We tracking the pace car? No. Okay. Pace car is coming in, so is the 6. 6 might be calling it a day here. We'll see. Pace car peels away. And we are green once more at Daytona. Yeah, that 47's off song. Russell's lap cars seem to be okay. Like that bottom line's going to surge ahead. They're going to hope for a quick yellow here. Handful of cars already dropped off the back. Torgerson actually beat the leader to the line there. I mean, an immediate debris yellow might get 3 cars back on the lead lap right quick, but I don't think they're going to get it. Yeah, Diggs is off the pace. The 56 is obviously way off. Not really a surprising revelation there. 15's not in too bad a shape. He seems to have gotten away with it. Looks like a little damage back there on that 27 of Tom Barber, though. That might be hurting him. Looks like they were able to get the 6 going again. It's just going to be a long night for that team. So still a pretty large pack. Looks like we've got 30, probably 34, 35 cars in this lead pack, maybe a few more. A few getting tailed off. A few cars that are a lap down sitting up here at the front trying to get their laps back. I don't really know what the rightful odds of that are going to be, but we'll see. You can get a lap back. And clearly none of their cars have any real problems. It was just a matter of happenstance. They lost their laps. A few getting tailed off. Tom Barber's lost the draft. Inkman and Sheets look to have lost it as well. Look at this. All these lap cars are going to be back on the lead lap the hard way here in a second, but they're still going to need the yellow for it to matter. And we're going to catch the 6 here with a head of steam. And actually looks like Inkman and Sheets have brought themselves back into it. Spike's going to like seeing the 6 car get caught. That's going to be a spot he can get. He's actually staying in the draft. That car is not hurt too badly. He's just unfortunately now 2 laps down after a pit road incident. Go up to the top of the grandstand and watch from a long distance. A nice wide shot where you can see most of the pack.
I just realized I was ahead of the wrong hotkey set again.
Hello, Alex, and welcome to the Daytona 300 for the Busch Bonanza series.
Yeah, I did that already. I didn't know I was muted. So I think I'm trying to remember how I phrased this earlier. You'd be surprised what happened today between me and John.
Did he send you pictures?
No, we both purchased Long Beach so we could run this week.
Well, yeah, you had to purchase it for Excalibur anyway.
Yeah, but I did not think John would.
I'm shocked that he bought anything, to be honest with you. But, you know, more power to him. I hope he enjoys it.
Yeah, well, I think we're going to get some better races this week. There's already 23 people signed up for the next one, and there was like one entire race last week that split.
I look forward to him swearing about the track.
Oh, I'm sure I will not be exactly happy with it either. I don't know if I ever ran this track.
I'm trying to think what sims you might have run it on.
Maybe 2003.
I don't know that we have that layout in 2003.
Yeah, well, then I've never run it. I think I'm probably thinking of Detroit.
You may also be thinking of St. Pete.
Maybe.
Or Toronto. Or Trois-Rivières.
I think I've run Toronto. I know I'm not thinking of Trois-Rivières. I don't think I've ever run that.
Oh, this is a really good Trois-Rivières for 2003. It's a PWF track. It's going to be in the Bonanza schedule.
That's cool. It is a good track. I've seen the Pinty Series race there.
Yeah, iRacing needs to scan that one.
Let's go!
Okay, speaking of Canadian things. Well, we're going to be catching the 40 here soon.
Net off moorings.
That sounds like a Bonanza driver. Although I think it would be nuts off moorings.
Yeah, that's no goal. No goal.
Oh, here we come to catch a slow lap car. Whoa. And past the 40 they go. Jeez Louise, 2003, can we not? I don't know why it does that. It only seems to do it... Well, I don't know. Maybe it did it on a different camera, but it feels like it only does it on that camera shot. 51 has been tailed off. Get the field nice and spread out like this.
I think I remember running BP at Toronto. That's what I'm thinking of.
That's possible.
Detroit.
That's possible. I'm trying to think, like, because I don't think there's a like modern Long Beach for 2003. There's the converter one, but that's a slightly different layout. I know there was a good version of it for R Factor, but I don't remember if there was one for 2003. It's in Forza Motorsport.
See if I can find my BP stats. I know I didn't run that many IndyCar races, but JB I ran a full season.
I feel like I might have run Long Beach in an R Factor league, but I'm not sure. Probably did. I ran, what was that league? That was touring cars on street circuits. I know we ran stuff like Poe and what else did we run? I think we ran St. Pete. I feel like we probably ran Long Beach. We ran Monaco as well. I don't remember a ton about that league, to be honest. I just remember it was kind of fun. Got my first feature win in World of Outlaws dirt racing.
Nice, in the streeter?
Yeah. Season 2, I think it was February. Like, half the time in those races, it feels like the first place car just disappears on the get-go and you never see him again. But that one, I was leading most of the way, and then there was a yellow right at the end because a couple of AI got together ahead of me and spun each other out as they were getting lapped. I'm like, oh, come on. So then I had to really fight for it.
Wait, they threw a yellow?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I have it set for full yellow, so if cars get spun out, a yellow comes out, except on the last lap. I think it was Fairbury. It's either Fairbury or Lima Land, I think. I don't remember offhand now. Another lap car coming up to get past. We have broken up this field now because we keep catching lap cars, and Doug Spark will go to the lead.
New player.
Who could that be?
I believe it's the person that just commented in the stream chat.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Is that Broderick Whitman?
G'day, Doug. G'day.
No, it's not.
Hold on, I heard it. It was like, it sounded like someone hit a golf ball. Dog, you ran, that's kind of funny. Dog, you ran Blazing Pedals IndyCar Series, right?
Yeah, I got my week taken away.
Did we ever run Long Beach?
I didn't run that in Blazing Pedals, I ran that in Zach's league.
Zach have an IndyCar Series?
Yeah, because I should have won St. Pete and Long Beach. Long Beach is where I blew up in the last corner. The last lap.
Yeah, I just don't remember there being a modern Long Beach for 2003. I remember there being the converter version that's a different layout than what we have on iRacing.
I'm trying to find out where I raced at BP.
And Broderick Whitman's going to go to the lead.
That's all I can find. It says I have a win, I don't remember winning.
And Joe Polson's going to try to take that lead away from him. I can't wait for something stupid to happen on this cycle of green flag pit stops that we're definitely coming up on here pretty quickly. Yes, Broderick, that's the part of this that's taunting you, not the sponsors on the car. Oh, we have Car's already taking to the pit lane and coming back out onto the racing surface. See, it's Steve Inkman. He was, I believe, already in trouble, so not going to make much of a difference here, but he is going to check up the bottom lane. '68 from the top to the bottom, going for the lead with the slingshot.
Oh, did you know Leighton Sabile ran at Blazing Pebbles?
Leighton B simulator?
I don't know. Leighton Sabile.
B simulator.
Leighton B simulator?
Is it based on the movie B Movie, starring Jerry Seinfeld?
Oh, great.
All right, well, Broderick, that's an idea. I needed a new paint scheme for you. Let me write that one down.
I love B movie.
Oh, you don't even like Seinfeld.
You know, last time I watched B movie?
When was that? Or what was that?
So, my grandparents, when I was in Ohio, it was a long ass time ago, took us in their RV to a lake,
Why did I just throw on the floor?
and I watched it in there.
And Tom Barber's going to get lapped here soon.
I remember.
I think we're going to see pit stops here shortly.
Oh, and I was eating spaghetti. Dude, dog, I love that series. 2022 segment 4.
That's actually not what I was trying to copy, but that's what it copied.
Let's see. Is he going to go to the outside? Oh, Barber's going to block. What a buffoon.
There's other ones in there.
Doug,
There's
there's the Krispy Kreme car I was trying to copy.
Oh, come on, Broderick. What's wrong with that?
Phillips, Outlaw DNS. Oh, Doug, here's your buddy.
Oh shit, there's me. Oh, I'm surprised that thing for me. That Kevin
You say that, Broderick. There's already an E621 logo on the car. All right, where are these green flag pit stops?
Termier. What was the other Termier?
I don't know.
Dom
Don?
and Tom.
Don Dangler?
I forgot about him.
All right, let's see. I'm expecting pit stops to start this lap because we're
Doug?
in the right spot for it here.
I don't know.
Anybody shown to the
Okay,
pit lane?
there's, Phillip and Blake.
There's
at
at least
Hickory and the
4
Lucky
going in
Guys.
here. As they catch Rodriguez. I think pitting there might have been a good move.
No, they both messaged me.
Oh, they remember you.
They probably remember you too, Doug.
54 top to the bottom on the lap car.
Doug, do you remember running forward test track? Is that a track you've heard? Yeah, is that a track you've heard of? Oh, what is this? Another 2-on-1? Come on.
That sounds familiar. That's one of those, it's just like a 10-mile oval, though, isn't it?
Maybe.
All right, are we going to get a full cycle of green flag stops without a yellow?
I'm not sure what this comes up
More
as.
takers here.
Okay. That's all it comes up as. That's
I don't know how this is going to sort out after they the stops here.
Truck, Doug, if you didn't know.
Broderick, Alex doesn't run Bonanza. He's in the extravaganza. And Kevin didn't make the race.
Check this paint out.
Craig Muller. Oh, Doug, you won a Sears Point in the trucks. Is that a Dodge that you're driving?
Probably was. How many people were there, does it say?
So
7.
Doesn't seem like the links really are there on the Wayback Machine. Just
More
like
takers to
some
the
of
pit lane here. Most of them, but we still have a few that have stayed out.
Here you go, Connor.
Jeez, that's a full send from Stephen Lowe there.
He tried to bat it. Yeah, he tried to bat the puck out of the air.
As soon as I opened the stream, that was the play I saw.
Where is your box? Where are you going? I mean, we get a couple of bushwhackers, just not any for Daytona because the field was too stacked as it was.
How are you seeing these things?
seeing what things.
How are you seeing the results?
I'm not seeing results.
We ever run Super Truck Series?
I don't think we did. I know I suggested that mod once or twice. Okay, Tony Gunk, what are you doing? Going to the moon, apparently.
Remember Tolly Wickman?
Yeah. Doug Premier, yeah.
I guess I'm just not using this track for the summer race because I did everything I could to fix that. Thought it was fixed, and it kept happening.
We're in the Michigan Circle track.
I mean, Project, did you not see the Milwaukee race last season where Alex won by like a lap?
Josh Metallic. I don't know who that guy is, but he always has a number in every league.
Alright, let's see. Who is going to be our lead group after all that? So the 54 is just now coming out of the pits.
Remember Nick Chabby?
Yeah.
And they're going to go by him like he's standing still.
I think this is when we made our debut. Is that Blue Ridge? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that shit.
So we got a small pack now at the front.
Yeah, dog. It was, no, dog. It was Night, Michigan.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Didn't somebody do what now?
Maybe Night High Bank, Michigan? I don't know. We did get separated, though, dog. I don't remember why. Here we go. Oh, no, no. Another dead. No, not dead. Kinda dead.
Okay, so we got a 4-car lead pack. I don't think it's going to stay that way. I think they're going to track these guys down.
Okay, dog, this is 2012, so I don't even know if we were running. They ran St. Pete, Shanghai, Suzuka, Montreal, Watkins Glen.
Dalton won at Sears Point.
Dalton did win at Sears Point, yeah. So it's dog, Dalton can't even...
Careful.
Dalton can't even beat us. How did he beat all those guys blazing pedals in a car he never drove?
This is before he was complete trash at like Indian Dinner.
I don't know. He had a good run in the rookie series once at Watkins Glen. He'd have won that race if I hadn't have been in it.
I was gonna say he had a good run in the summit, in the solstice ones before JB shipped him off the last corner and into the abyss once he fell off the map.
Wow, JB, you sent him to the Shadow Realm?
Okay, I'm gonna practice a little bit for this brand new track during the second mission.
You gonna practice with the skip or the street stock though?
Well, huh?
I can't remember what race I would have won.
In the
On the trucks.
oh yeah, man, I just said that you won at Sears Point.
Oh god, don't get me started with the balloon.
What?
So they
I don't know if we can get the forums. They might have
they ground stopped a whole bunch of stuff on the East Coast, and we had a captain that just wanted to go anyway. It's like the Air Force has the airspace closed, bro. You can't go.
Yeah. I won.
The forums are backed up, but you gotta be logged in.
Nice. I won trucks at Montreal and Riverside. I think we might only two. It might have been my only two wins. Oh, and
So is the second group gonna get together and catch these guys?
Oh, dude, it still has all my private messages in here. My last one was to Greg Irwin 7 years ago.
Even the obscene ones?
how do you know your password?
It was saved in here.
Darn. Watch this like 20 seconds. Remember Daryl Waltrip was sick that one time? And then kicked him out of the booth?
Do I remember that? I don't.
Yeah. I think it was at Bristol. Do you remember that, Tim?
What year?
I don't know.
It sounds familiar, but I don't think I watched that race live. It was probably a Busch race. growing up until like the mid-aughts, I was really only watching cup races when I saw that they were on. Like, I was more of a sports car and open wheel fan than I was stock cars.
Nick Chavity gave me his phone number.
Are you gonna text it right now?
Hey, is this Nick?
I sent a text to the number I had for Kevin the other day because I lost all my contacts. Be like, hey, is this still Kevin? And I never got anything back. No, Broderick, that was Tony Stewart at Watkins Glen.
Oh, here's me messaging Sean Case about the team viewer. This is June 19th, 2013.
Oh, using TeamViewer to steal old lady's inheritance, I say. Let's see, is this second pack making any headway? You would think they would with this many more cars, but they're just not organized. Yeah, they're making a little bit of ground, but not a lot.
Hold on, I just logged in also. Pro Boards needs our support dog.
Oh, no,
God,
going under?
I forgot Pro Boards was still a thing. I thought they had gone under. I am going to be honest, though, and feel free to have your own opinions on this. I think those like Pro Boards and PHP forums works still to this day were a better solution than fucking Discord.
Oh, Doug, their files section is passworded.
Try the #1 IT password in the country, password1.
There's no birthdays today.
Oh no, no birthdays. Why? What the heck is Tony Gunk doing? Why is he on the apron? Now he's in the grass. What is wrong with that 59 car? He's coming back on the track. Oh.
Wow, dog.
Is he gonna pit here? Yeah, he's got something wrong with the car. Yeah, now they've caught the 40, so that's not going to help them getting up to the leaders again, although they have cut the gap down.
Really, all you need is Tenner's render shop, and you can make even a terrible paint scheme look good.
Alex, I've been making terrible paint schemes look good for years.
Because I painted both of those, and I know I can't paint that good.
Painted for Derek Justice? What the fuck are we doing?
Oh lord, here comes the 56. Which way's the 56 going to go? Right in the middle of the road. At the very least, JB's committing tax evasion. Okay, let's go to the front of this pack. I don't need to watch the guys getting stuck behind the lap car. If only the AI were smart enough to press what key did we always have? That was that 7 to stay in line and work together. They would just do that, they could catch up. But now they've lost all that ground that they had made up. Yeah, now they're losing even more ground. The leaders aren't even that organized. We're still just not able to go up there and get them. It's probably going to be a yellow, so it's really not going to matter, but past halfway, and these are the 4 right now with a chance to win.
Oh, they got rid of all the series forums, Doug.
Yeah. What were we in the forum for again?
I don't know. Dog, I do notice that on my. You make fun of me, but where was I? Where was I looking for my messages? I did notice that on my signature on my message it says I have 5 wins at BP. So
That's a cringy signature, bro.
yeah, quite cringy.
Yeah, you have to put that in there manually too. So you're flexing your shit, Doug.
Yeah. Oh, Doug, Jackson Bass sure wanted to be my teammate.
Following me in the
Oh,
car.
he's in this race. Can you confirm how his name was spelled? Because I think Tony spelled it wrong.
Jacksonvaccher.
See, I knew there was no S.
Put an S in Vatcher.
No, he put
No,
it in
put
Jackson.
Whoa.
Whoa.
On Piazza. Also 2012, 2013 segment for Michigan Circle Track Series. Like, how long is this segment anyway? Is it like 12 races?
Second pack's just not making any ground here. He says right before they make nearly a second because of catching the 6 car there. Wow, look at that run the 86 got.
Back when I had no life this game and was actually good at racing.
Not to be disparaging, but you have a life now?
Then when I no life that game. I don't know life any game now. I don't even play games. A lot.
He ain't got time for games.
Only simulations and esports.
Oh, and 2012, I definitely wasn't working. I was barely going to school.
Doug, we scored again. How'd we do that?
Doug scored on a.
Yeah, let's go 3 wide for second. That'll help. Okay, I think we're going to have pit stops here in the next about 5 to 10. And we'll see. If that breaks up this league group, it actually could bring the whole field together.
Pin that man to the fucking wall, dude. Don't let him get that pass. What?
Get off!
No means no.
I'm trying to fuck or what?
See, second pack is just not
Aho was on that Hurricanes last
making the
year.
ground yet.
Yes.
Yeah, good hitter.
And Inkman's in the pits. Second pack makes a little bit of time.
Well, let's pour it in. I'm not sure what that means. That's a goal.
Oh, that's a goal.
That's a goal. Wait, what?
I think he pulled that out, Doug. Was that a stick save?
Got Drake getting caught here.
A stick save. Here we go.
Go.
Sucker.
Come on, get off him. Let him fucking fight, please. You see some action here.
Jibby, you could just like tune into the UFC. You know that, right?
Doug, Zucker's going out with a linesman ending.
What game are you guys watching?
Pens versus Islanders.
Ah, the Penguins and the Elanders. And there's the 40 getting lapped again.
Already, please.
Scott might actually hang on with these guys.
This isn't over.
Jeez, what are we doing?
That guy looks insane, Doug.
What? What the fuck is going on?
Hey, mental health is no laughing matter.
Wait, why is this guy going to the box?
Yeah, why?
Oh.
Oh!
Okay, I think another 4 or 5 laps, and I think we're going to start seeing pit stops again. Are they making any headway on these guys right as we get up to pit stop? They are. They're catching them now.
I cannot believe he saved that.
Oh my god.
And the leader coming to pit road all by himself. That's a strategy call. Yes, I think the pack is angry. They're angry that they hadn't caught him yet. Let's see if these pit stops make any difference in this. Mm. I love how they made the old Victory Lane look like it's a damn Chevy dealership. Let's see where this cycles out for him. So all by himself as he gets back up to speed. I don't see this strategy working out. I see this sending him back to the second pack. Which will probably just bring the whole pack together, honestly.
So I thought that hit the back of the net now.
One really is the loneliest number. Too bad that's the 86. Did the 007 was in the lead pack with the 86, right? Like they're way behind now. 007 hasn't pitted. Okay. I was gonna be really confused how they gained that much time, but I don't think those guys back there pitted yet. Maybe not losing the kind of time I thought they were going to, at least from the pit cycle. Being out here by themselves can't be happening.
Crosby and Anders Lee with the referee.
Well, according to the Roman, 0 isn't a number.
Yeah, I was just saying, might as well go on the tunnel.
Yeah, we're gonna see how this sorts out here shortly. I think we only need one more pit stop from here. If we can make it to lap 100, you can make it to the finish from there. How did that work out for the 86? I'm gonna need I'm gonna need Bill Nye to break that shit down for me. And we've got a caution. Well, I bet you somebody just died leaving the pits. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I bet you it was the bouncy apron glitch. Straight into a car. That's gonna be my prediction here. Yep, there it was. I'd love that. Oh! 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 Oh, it's the big one! Oh, one car upside down. That was not a small incident. That was a substantial incident.
That's awesome.
I think they all ran each other over back here trying to miss it too. Yep, they all ran into each other. Mike Carroll in it, Stephen Davis in it, Reno Jackson, Isaac Groth, Bobby Farrell. There's something wrong with the apron at this track, clearly. They get popcorn apron, even though I've turned all the grip values down to normal numbers. Well, that was a substantial incident. We made it to about lap 70, what was that, lap 78, 79 before we killed everybody. So let's see, officially out of the race, Ronaldo Scott, Isaac Groth, Reno Jackson have already called it a day on those cars. We'll see how many more get parked. I'm willing to bet we won't see a crash like that next week at a short track, but I could be wrong. There's got to be something goofy going on with the apron here that I can't find in the INI. It's got to be something non-INI related then. Because all the INI grip values are down at 1. So that's weird. It's a damn shame because they race really well.
They can't even all sit down.
63 done for the day. $15 done for the day. Well, good news for the 6 who's been limping around since early on. So all these spots that they can pick up.
No.
Yeah, I saw that video. I also saw that you and Kevin had both commented on it. It looks like the 83. I think I already saw them on the retirement list.
Oh, did you see that? You know Zach Campbell, right?
I don't think so. Who?
The Soup Man Magnet?
Sorry, Tim was talking. What?
Zach Campbell.
No, I don't know.
Oh, they said
Center
Campbell.
faggot that goes to a bunch of games.
Jesus
and,
Christ.
raises a big fucking
What-
stink if he doesn't
what
get a ball from
The
three.
fuck is wrong with you?
What?
Balls, he's white.
I don't even heard him.
Fake ass baseball.
Love it when JB just screams out a gamer word.
Oh,
That's late. That's late. Late.
wow. I think he saved it anyway. Oh,
All right, Doug. Doug, it was late anyway, I think. Doug, you want to go in session 531?
Wonder what podcast Kevin would have been commenting on.
Huh?
they're making him go one by one.
531, Doug.
I occasionally see a Reddit post where I go, "Oh, that sounds like Kevin," a thing
okay.
Kevin would say, and then I realize it was Kevin.
5 minutes.
Why is that?
How the hell are you gonna practice?
How's it gonna be 5 minutes, Doug? Jay and what's the guy's name?
Jay Coffey.
Silent Bob.
No, that's
Jay,
another guy.
you know, Jay Coffey was gonna talk. Ready for the draft tomorrow, Doug?
All right, hopefully lights go out on the pace car here.
Yeah.
That being streamed.
So we're gonna need one more pit stop, but everybody can do it on one stop.
Same as the draft, the actual USFL draft.
Like, I don't really give a shit because I'm not gonna know any players.
This is your opportunity to get to know them before they hit the field.
You know, this will tell you what guys are actually gonna get drafted in the NFL.
68 is also out.
Or anything for these guys.
Got 22 cars on the lead lap.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's not funny. What?
This track is on like city streets.
What, Long Beach? Yeah. Did you not know that?
No, I knew that. Alright, Doug, you ready for this?
Do.
You ain't gonna come in and watch at least? I know the last corner here. Doug, I watched Tim stream IndyCars here with Zach.
So you know that the last corner requires full lock on that steering wheel then, huh?
Yes, that's the only corner well, I think I know the complex before it, but I don't know it that well. It's like a right, left, and then a hairpin.
Well, yeah, there's like a 90-degree right at the end of the pseudo back straightaway, and then you got a double apex left-hander into the right-handed hairpin.
Something like that.
Although on a skip, you may be able to just do a single late apex on it. Alright, getting ready for the restart. Pace car is going to peel away again, and we're going to turn them loose, whatever's left of them. I have a hunch we've greatly diminished the power of the pack. And we are green again. There will be at least one more pit stop on our way to the finish. Oh, 78 didn't go.
Oh.
A couple of cars already being left by the pack because of their damage. The pack's already breaking up. I think a real loser here has been the 78. 78 was in a 1 in 4 shot of winning this race, and now they're nowhere.
Dog. Like, did you see the spit and chiclet story that they told today?
No.
Dog, you know how they had that meet and greet during Super Bowl week?
No.
Well, they had a big meet and greet, right? In Scottsdale at some like wine place. Witt was very impressed with this guy who said he was GM of the bar because he was like coordinating the whole meet and greet, making sure the line was moving smoothly and shit.
Here comes Adam Beresford on the bottom.
Out at the end that this guy faked it told the boss I came from Barstool, and he told Barstool that he worked for the boss. He came from Long Island, dog, and he convinced them for like 8 hours that he worked there just to get their email to send him a resume.
That I respect the hustle. Here come Beresford and Doug Spark to the front, bringing Nate Moorhead with them. I think right now you just got to get yourself positioned for that final pit stop.
No idea where I'm supposed to go in this pit.
You stay right until the blue line.
Yeah, I can see a blue line.
Car on the wall. It's 47. Seems to still be going.
Oh, okay. Probably because I didn't stay. I didn't stay at the right line.
Yeah, it's like past the apex for turn one.
Oh, I just hit a plant.
You're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, Doug, I'm pretty sure 2020 DC was averaging like 19,000. They were pretty loud for 12.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I feel like they were also pumping in some crowd noise in tonight.
You think?
Yeah.
Who are they? The Astros? No, Broderick. Imagine Trans Am racing in Iowa.
Which is fine.
Oh,
USFL needs to
Alex.
do it.
I have a trivia question for you. I wish Tony was here, but I'll ask it to you. Where did Bill Elliott make his first Trans Am start?
Sebring.
No.
Rotorland.
Nope.
Kylo.
Trans Am, I don't think ever ran Kyalami. Any other guesses?
Is this something we should know?
I mean, it's a place you've heard of, I'm sure.
Mexico City.
Nope.
Mexico.
Fuck is gone.
His first Trans Am race was in Des Moines.
How? Yeah, we weren't gonna get that.
Broderick did.
Well, Broderick is, from Des Moines.
Des Moines.
Okay. So you can't also take that wide apex into the first corner either, or the wide entry.
Yeah, no, you can't cross the pit blind line.
That sucks because you can't hardly see it.
Well, it lines up with a double yellow line.
Oh, okay.
I always forget, like in the late 80s, early 90s, there were all these fucking temporary street circuits for IMSA and Trans Am in just weird cities all over the United States. Like they ran IMSA in New Orleans. They ran Champ Car in downtown Denver. I forget what it is that they raced in Grand Rapids.
There's something in Houston.
IndyCar raced there somewhat recently. That's where Dario Franchitti had his career-ending crash. There were a bunch of them in Florida, Miami and Tampa, and all over the damn place. It's a shame that that IndyCar race they wanted to have in Lower Manhattan never happened. That would have been interesting. No, Dario's crash was Houston.
Look, I'm the 31st fastest in the session.
How many are in the session?
33.
There we go.
Member joined.
Who could that be?
What's up, Spears?
There he is.
It's about time he makes his pick.
I have something to say, sirs.
Oh god, Tony's gonna complain about who didn't make the race.
Yeah, I was gonna say, show up for the Bonanza race, but not the Extravaganza race.
Let the man vent for a minute
No, this is team speak.
before he
I-
decomposes.
I understand he thinks he's Dale Earnhardt. When you go into turn 0 and try to fit your car into the size of my pee hole, you don't deserve to race on iRacing. Get out of my way, sir. Now, the only reason he's running D-Class is because that's the only series he can run, because he's a D-Class. I'm running D-Class because it's Rockingham, so if he wants to mess with my parade, he is got another fin coming. I don't know.
Hey, someone on my dirt team is in Discord with him right now.
Who are we talking about? Or what are we talking about?
Brandon Chuburko.
I was assuming it was Arca at Rockingham, but that was all I was getting out of it.
What is going on?
I think Tony got dead.
He bump drafted me into the field at Daytona like 2 days ago, and then today he just dumps me at Rockingham entering turn 1.
In the national?
No, late model.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, see, you and I were in the same place on that, Alex. Well, Tony, we're coming up on the final pit stop and 20 to go in the Daytona 300.
What you're doing it?
Nate is in a Discord with him right now. And
No, we're gonna do it as a fucking D&D campaign. What the fuck do you mean, Tony?
Tom Stockis, dog. Remember him?
yeah.
NASCAR iRacing Pro antifreeze legend.
I was getting him confused with Thomas Lewandowski.
Yeah, he's gay though, dog. We don't get that mixed up.
What the fuck is wrong with you, JB?
Thomas Lewandowski is legit gay, dog. On his
Is he?
Facebook. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense why he gave me that setup then that one time.
Exactly. Gay setups, right?
Yeah. It was for the 360. It was for a non-run car though, Doug. So it can't be too bad.
Happy to see Tony Gunk up front, but clearly he's
He,
not on the lead lap.
he got stuck a lap down in the first caution.
Sorry, you see the Buddy Baker cold game?
No, but I remember it. Yeah, if you're gonna commentate, just do it. And if you're not, then don't.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, jeez, I just smoked the wall. I don't know why Eli had a problem with the
Yes, Project, we have been asking that for years. I'm beginning to get suspicions.
Yeah.
It's just funny to me that of everybody on this team speak, I'm the one that's the least degenerate on here.
It's over.
He's gonna make a big deal about it.
Catching lap cars. Here goes Beresford to the top. He can't find a gap. Tony, we still got one more pit stop to come, and occasionally stupid things happen on the pit stops because apparently the apron's slightly broken at this track. I fixed it, but apparently not all the way. It still cost Broderick his life. I mean,
How did
race.
Dog know about it?
I like the old school Glen car.
What?
Joe Mersdorf.
I was gonna say there is no Glenn, only Zool. Is this 36 gonna steal a win like they did? What was it, Road America last season?
Who's the 36?
Chad Glass?
Thought he was a 5.
No, that's JT Armstrong. But I think
Oh, yeah.
Tony's. I'm trying to remember. Did you send JT to Extravaganza, or did he just not make this race? I think he just didn't make the race.
Thought he was a champion last year.
No. That was the 15. But we thought it was Rod. It's the biggest surprise in Bonanza history that I do the points like, oh my god, Tony.
Oh, Mogard.
78 to the lead.
Who's in the 78, Tim?
I don't know, whoever you told me was supposed to be in that car. I have the roster here, but I keep having to pull it back up. That is Tommy Two Fingers Davis.
Oh, yeah.
That's a real person.
Because, of course, we got to give him silly nicknames.
That was his nickname. Whose friend was that, Tony?
I just remember him driving the 78 truck once.
Are we in the third yet, Doug?
We're in commercial break.
Oh, Doug, you remember when you said 15 minutes ago that this break was going to be like 5 minutes?
So,
That
Tony,
wouldn't be able to get any worthwhile practice.
I should point out that because of how many cars are now trying to run full season in this series, I have more than 42 cars for the qualifying races.
That's fine.
It'll get slightly better after the first 5 races because then there'll only be 40 cars instead of 44. Because there's only 16 locked in because you stole 4 of them out of the series.
You almost can't even turn it for that last corner.
I mean, that last corner is understeer the corner. 8 Moorhead up to the lead. Doug Spark behind him.
Kills yet, JB.
What?
Have you figured out which of the services you require?
Now you're confusing him more, Tim.
I've seen some of the services, not all. Hey, do you guys offer summer services?
Man. Doug, I might wreck in this race.
I'm going to be brutally honest. Every Long Beach race I've run is just a matter of keeping your car off the concrete and picking up spots from the people who can't do that.
It's not concrete.
What series is it?
Skip Barber. Skip Barber. Yeah,
Maybe we should turn to the spec race here.
No, we will not do that. Well, Dalton wants to run it. I don't know why.
He's not gonna race it.
Ooh, Jack Painter in the wall. That car's doing weird shit.
I just remember I asked
What the
Tony
hell
if he
was
wanted
that?
to run Skip Barber with us, and he said no because JB will give it up after half a week.
Hey, I've run 2 races. Yeah, we're in week 3 right now, dude.
Hey, you're doing good. I give you credit.
Hey, if I run the full season, will you give me $5?
No.
No, but iRacing might.
Tony, he even bought Long Beach just to run this week.
Here we go.
Randy LaJoy, I'll
Pit stop starting.
Well, Tony, I'm not home when he's open.
When Randy LaJoy's open.
Calling from UPS store on Wolf Road.
Oh, Alex. What happened to Shane Neal?
What do you mean?
Like, what happened to him? I could tell from the interview with his brother that something happened, but I don't know what his deal is, apparently.
his dad.
Was his dad? Okay.
What?
I don't know the family relation.
What are you talking about?
Shane Neal.
He's like 70 and Shane Neal's like 40.
Shane Neal's been paralyzed since like 2010.
How did that happen?
He crashed Silver Crown car at Terre Haute and went cage first into the 3 and 4 wall when they still had wall and not guardrail.
Alrighty then. That doesn't sound like an ideal way to do that.
He was really good in the Silver Crown, too.
Yeah, he's probably lucky he's not dead.
Well, like that's why he's paralyzed. That's like the one closer thing to death.
What I gather from what JB just said is if JB becomes paralyzed, he wants us to mercy kill him. Just like Worf.
Just saying, like there's stages, like as you inch closer to death, like one's an injury, and then paralyzation, and then death.
That is a really, really sad and kind of fucked up look on life, dude. Are you okay? You want to talk about it?
Decompose.
Then you decompose.
He reached 2/3.
Yeah, he's saying it's not past it. It's just after.
It's
He passed injury.
it's just a really morbid way to look at life. That's all I'm saying.
I don't even understand what he's saying.
Well, yeah, it's realistic, but I mean, realistically, the numbers for paralyzation is so low. It's nothing to worry about. Unless you're doing something that causes paralyzes.
Like tackling bubble wrap
I typically don't. How does that paralyze me?
when you fall and hit your fucking back on the desk.
I'm tackling literally the softest thing in the world.
That is not the softest thing in the world.
Oh, you are.
Doug, do you remember when I
Wow.
when I jumped chest first on that tube? Remember that bruise on my chest?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Those are the days and not the fucking days.
Well, Doug Sparks lost the lead draft on the pit stop cycle. We've dwindled down this field from what's it.
Out of the pits like it's 1998.
Yeah, well, if they try to use the apron, they go to space. So
Man, that motherfucker pissed me off. Every fucking day, dude, I could hear.
and we've got a caution. Who died merging this time? Looks like it might have been the 78.
Two fingers.
It was definitely the 78. Let's see. I think Nigel merged in front of them. Oh yeah, Nigel got the bouncy bounces, and into the wall they went. And Nate doesn't know what brakes are. Yeah, there's just something goofy with the apron here. Okay, we've had a secondary crash apparently.
Wow.
Oh, we've had a crash under caution because
We're just giving a roll.
Nate, what are you doing? You just jumped up in front of a car coming at full speed.
Oh,
We have
you
a goal.
even shot a hockey puck.
Who?
You.
He?
Yeah.
Never.
Never shot a hockey puck?
You've never shot a hockey puck?
You're
I
from
mean,
Wisconsin?
Gym class, Doug.
There we go.
Well, not,
Play hockey in gym?
not
Yeah.
real high. No.
Yeah, we played. Yeah, we played floor hockey too. I can play floor hockey. I can't skate to save my ass because I've never done it.
I will say I have not skated in a very long time either.
I think Alex, the last time I think I was on skates, I don't think any of you guys were born yet. Kevin certainly wasn't.
Skated was in 2008.
I remember going skating in Orlando when I was really, really little. I was probably 5 or 6. So yeah, that would have been like 95 or 96. How many of you were alive back then? When were you born, Anthony? Tony. Oh no, he's dead.
Delta was born in 93. Right, Doug?
Yeah.
And then Saltines was 94.
Yeah.
Oh!
And the 86 is out of the race for some reason. 78's done. 37's done. Well, Tony, we're set up for a shootout.
Oh, I forgot Zucker's still in the box.
And Johnson.
Who just turned this into pick in the fantasy?
Well, Spears told me auto draft after he was on the clock for a while, so he's just going to get Austin Dillon as soon as you're ready to pick, I guess. Unless you want Austin Dillon, then I'll give him Austin Hill. Or Austin Cindric. He's getting an Austin. That's what's happening.
I mean, if he wants to wait, but if he doesn't, then
I think it may be a case of he doesn't see anybody he immediately wants, so he just told me auto draft. I haven't gotten anything more from him, though. So, at the conclusion of this race, you're going to be on the clock, Tony, is what I'm telling you. But first, the thrilling conclusion of the Busch Bonanza Daytona 300-mile race.
Doug Sparks having a good day.
Yeah, that caution really helped him. He was he had lost the draft before the caution came out. Too bad his car owner didn't make the field. It was close. One more lap in that race, and I think he would have.
Could you imagine trying to qualify for the Busch and Cup race and fail both?
Didn't that happen to somebody this year?
I'm sure it's happened many times.
What was the question?
Has anyone ever missed the Busch and Cup Daytona race?
Morgan Shepherd. I would say.
Yeah, that would honestly have been my first guess. Followed by Joe Nemechek. Derek Cope's a good guess. John Hussey. Oh no, wait.
You mean Husey?
Is that how you're supposed to say that shitbag name?
No.
He's a fucking kinda.
We're gonna have to talk to him. That was a very low.
I thought y'all hated that guy.
It's Tony's favorite ref.
That's your favorite ref? Not the guy that called a penalty on the Seattle Mariners?
Tony, I thought you liked Craig Blake.
He doesn't know who it is.
My favorite referee is Wes McCauley.
Come on.
Let's go.
Are we just letting you skate right to the fucking goalie? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh!
Oh! Oh!
So I think we're going to get a restart with like 11 to go here, Tony.
Let's go, dog. A jug save.
Honestly, I kind of wish we would get a single file restart here because the lap cars will just be a problem.
Oh, that's a big red spot. Oh, it's good at him in the neck and not the throat. That's a good spot. Like right in that neck, like tendon.
The neck tendon.
Yeah, like the right tendon.
The sad part is I know what he's talking about.
The right neck meat.
The right neck meat. JB, I'm just going to throw out referring to anything as neck meat is a little weird.
Got him in the right meatus.
Like, I'm trying to decide if that's more or less weird than referring to, like, fingers and toes as beans.
Morgan Shepherd did not do it. Oh, yeah, he did. 1999.
There we go.
What cars was he driving?
So his team bought the Philmar team, and they were Pinnacle Motorsports. They ran the 81, but they were in the Bud Shootout qualifier, the duel, and then missed the 500. Those are the only two races they ran all season. And then I don't know who drove for the Busch.
Tony, you have any standouts for new paint scheme so far?
No, the guys who are up front should stand out.
Alright, I think what Tony Gunk needs is an immediate yellow on this restart. Alright, it's a shootout to decide the Daytona 300. The pace car is going to peel away and we're going to turn them loose again.
I've never heard of this car, Tony. The Bruce Hanasowski high-tech trailers number 07.
Green, green, green.
Missed the Busch race with.
Cheeseman jumps clear of Tony Gunk. Probably going to drop himself down here.
No.
So two cars that didn't exist after one race.
It's a good start to the year.
Yeah.
He sent him straight to Jesus. Come on, Doug. You got to get around these lap cars. Here
Doug,
comes
are they no more
Beresford.
in the reverse retros for the year? Is that like not a thing anymore?
Beresford going for the lead.
Oh!
There you go. Put his ass in the fucking ice.
Ugh. And Beresford's going to take the lead.
Let me know if you're gonna pick for Spears, sir.
At the conclusion of the race, he's going to get an auto pick, is what's going to happen.
Okay.
And it's going to be in Austin, I guarantee that.
Doug, I'm about to send this game.
Come on, Doug, get around those slow lap cars. You got to get up here.
When did I send that memory card?
Here comes 36, hunting for the bottom. Cheeseman looking for the lead. He wants it back. We got a breakaway at the front.
I don't know if he wants to play it for him.
Spark and Tonto trying to get caught up here.
I have to get my pizza.
Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza. Boy, we're going to be 3 wide here at the front of the field. Doug and Tonto are side by side, but I think they're still getting the draft here. 38 coming as well. Cheeseman leading by 3 or 4 car lengths now. They're going to get a big run at him. 3 wide behind him. Tonto and Spark, those Pontiacs have caught up. The 38 coming back behind him as well. Here comes Hawkins as well to try to get into this. Polson and Stump coming as well. Top 10 are going to be under a blanket here shortly. Here comes the 80 dicing through this group. Got a couple of rookies now here at the front of the pack. Bunch of drivers looking for a first-time win. No better place to get your first win than at Daytona. Bunch of Pontiacs up here, actually. Well, we got 3 Pontiacs in this group. Really hope we don't catch a slow lap car with like a lap or 2 to go, but I'm sure we will.
Hey, Tony, are you wrinkly?
No, he's Tony. Beresford continues to lead. Only if I sit in a tub of water for a long time. So let's see. They're all trying to figure out what they can do with Beresford here. Beresford's kind of leading this train around. Weston Glass, Spark on the bottom. 9 car getting trailed off now. Laps clicking away. It's time to start working on that move, guys. You got anything? It's time to start thinking about what it is. Spark got a big gap to the cars ahead of him. Maybe he's going to use it to get a run here down the back. Not a huge run coming. They get side by side ahead of him, though. Here it'll come. 36 goes to the bottom. Nine is fading from contention here. Pontiac's going to try to get hooked up on the bottom now. Beresford just leading by like 3 car lengths. They can't seem to get to him. I think a run's going to come down this backstretch here, though. Gap's closing. Here they come. Tonto's going to go to the inside of Spark. Nope, he's going to lay out of it a little bit. He doesn't want to hurt this momentum, I think. 3 wide now in the middle of the pack. Spark's going to go to the bottom. He's looking for second. I know, right?
You fucking suck.
3 more laps to go. Doug Spark moving up to second. Still nobody can get up to Beresford. Is Tonto going to put Spark 3 wide here? Nope, he's going to keep it 2 wide. Come on, somebody's got to get a run on Adam Beresford here. He is so far out ahead. There's no way that he can just sit out there like this. Tonto looking again at Spark. He's going to take the move this time. Beresford getting really far out ahead here.
Oh, they're gonna get him.
He's so far out ahead.
They're
He looks
gonna
like
get
John
him.
Batista. I guarantee we're going to catch like the 6 car here in like the last lap and completely butcher this pack. And the 80 just jumped out of line. Here comes Cheeseman. Five miles to go. Here comes Cheeseman. Cheeseman's got the run straight to the lead for John Cheeseman.
Who's in the 38?
And John Batista is dead. The 38, that's Nozomo Hawkins.
Oh man. Need some black miles.
Nosmo Hawkins.
Sure. I love how you ask who's in that car. The person you made up, then you're going to correct me and how I say the name. Is that what we're going to do? We got a bunch.
He's the grandson of Nosmo King.
Sure. Coming to the white flag. Cheeseman takes the white, and I don't see a lap car ahead of us, so we're going to run this straight up. Weston to the bottom. He's going to try to take the second spot and move forward. Beresford's going to push him. I think Cheeseman's a little far out ahead. There is a lap car up there. I don't think they're going to catch him. Here comes Weston with a run. He sticks his nose in there. They're side by side for the lead. Coming off a 4. It's going to be a drag race.
What? I didn't think they had a chance.
And he's got it. He's got it. Rod Weston's going to win.
Good finish, Tim.
I was hoping a bigger run was going to come because I really wanted to see a first time winner, but we saw a wily veteran steal one right at the end. Good finishes though there.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Tonto in 6th. Like we got 3 rookies in the top 10.
Hello, Broderick. Oh, Broderick's not watching anymore. Just me and Tony.
Hi Tony.
Hello.
Final running order: Rod Weston, Adam Beresford, John Cheeseman, Smokin' Joe Mersdorf, Dwight York, Tony Tonto Jr., Doug Spark, Chad Glass, Joel Polson. How did you say that first name, Tony?
Nosmo.
Dosmo Hawkins, Stephen Lowe, Jacob Stump, Jack Painter, Steve Inkman, and Mike Carroll last car on the lead lap. Then we got Ben White, Brian Lowe, Tony Gunt, Charles White, Ron Stout, Tom Barber, Stephen Davis, Logan Sheets, Dave Daniels, Spike Levinson, and Maricup. Scott Drake, Yari Rodriguez, Brandon Rains, first car out of the race. Then Nate Moorhead, who was in that car? That 78 is Tommy Davis. Mullimore Diggs, Nigel Ramaswamy.
No. Momar.
That's not how that's pronounced. Molitor Hill, Broderick Whitman, Bobby Farrell, Reno Jackson, Jackson Thatcher, Isaac Groth, Troy Torgeson, Jared Mogart, and Ronaldo Scott round out the field.
What about the drivers that didn't make it, Tim?
We covered that last night. And that would be anybody whose name you didn't hear there didn't make the field. Weird how that works.
Any cup drivers try to make it?
None whatsoever, because there were already too many people trying to make the race.
Nice.
That's not the right result to import. Did I just not save the export like a dipshit? It's a good thing I read the running order. Swear I hit the export button. Thank you, Race Points Manager.
Oh, I hope you had to.
No, I don't think I saved the export. It's a good thing I read the entire running order.
Oh, that's why you do replays, Tim.
Well, I might have saved that instead of the fucking, but, you know, we'll look. I'll figure it out. I swear I hit the export button, though. So that's weird that I don't seem to have an export. Did I save it as something stupid? Oh, I'll sort it out. Just run a second race and nobody's paying any attention. I did do that. No, don't do that. No, not that folder. Alright, well, I'll have to fix that later. It did something silly. I think I did hit the button, but it appears to have saved a corrupt export. I didn't know it could do that. Oh well, I've read the whole running order, so I can reproduce it later. And it's the first race, who cares?